Hey, Jabo here with Bad Tree Productions. It's another day, and we're kind of back at whacking away on our 727 build. For the most part, if you're looking to do like a stock rebuild, then this video probably isn't for you. There's a lot of hopefully there's a lot of good information in this one, but we've got other videos, and there are others out there too. So check those out. This just comes with well, quite a few modifications that deviate from stock, and those modifications are necessary to accept our Cope Racing transmission manual valve body. This particular one is equipped with a trans brake. So anyway, and we'll go over some of those modifications right now. So the one modification we did, and the one modification that every Torqueflite needs to do, and that is, as you see where this oil feed comes in, there's a channel underneath this support, and that needs a 1/16 of an inch hole drilled in it, and you'll see where we did that on a previous video. But what that does is it allows extra fluid in behind this this inner race here, so that's a good thing. Everybody should do it to every transmission. We'll be doing it to everyone from now on. So kind of a neat little trick, whatever. Okay, so one other modification we did to the pump was we milled the third gear passage in the stator, and that's 0.200. And Blake actually sat here with a file, and he ground that till he got the proper depth. So, and that's something you can take to your machine shop maybe, or if you feel comfortable using a die grinder and a cutoff wheel, have at it. But that's what we got there. We got Teflon rings on the stator also. Those are a worthwhile upgrade. Something else you need to do with your Cope manual valve body, and that's to install, he recommends installing this rear servo. It's a billet piece. It's just stronger spring, stronger retainer, and then the whatchamacallit here, the accumulator. Okay, the accumulator, it requires this blocker rod. This blocker rod measures 2.90 inches. All right. And then one thing you want to make sure is, after you install this, you want to make sure that the top of the accumulator does not come into contact with the valve body once you start bolting it down. And then one other thing you need to do is John sells a D-ring kit, and we have those installed here, and that'll just prevent fluid from getting past that. So something else that was mentioned in the instructions was, if your rig came with another valve body, and that valve body recommended that you remove the accumulator, then you need to make sure that you make arrangements to find an accumulator and install it, because your Cope valve body is not going to work. You won't have any second gear if you install this valve body without the accumulator. So that's a necessity. You'll need that. And what else? Okay, so the front drum, we modified this with an extra clutch. So we have 5 clutches in here. And one thing he told us was he doesn't care where we get it, but we need 90 thousandths clearance. And that's what we've got here. So we actually had, I think, 60-some thousandths or whatever initially, and then we sent this over to our good friend Andy Fedcatter, and he milled, I think, 30 thousandths off this, but now we've got our required 90 thousandths of clearance here, so that'll give us 5 clutch discs and the proper clearance. So what else? So anyway, this will be the next thing I do. I got to take this apart, and then one other thing you have to do with your Cope manual valve body, and I'm not sure if this is for trans brake or not, or whatever, but we need to install 15 springs beyond this retainer here, and I'm not sure how many are in this right now, maybe 12 or so, or less. But anyway, and you need to make sure that your piston can accommodate 15 springs. So I think some of the earlier transmissions, don't have the provision for 15 springs, so you'll need to, you know, procure that. Something else we need to do, and that is in the directions, Cope wants you to drill, I think, a hole here, a 16th inch hole, and that'll relieve fluid pressure, I guess, inside the, it'll prevent the clutches from coming on, I guess. I don't know, it's voodoo. But anyway, so what he wants you to do is to drill a 1/16 of an inch hole here. But with that, so when that's installed on your pump, that hole, or that fluid is going to be squirting right at your vent, okay? So what you need to do is remove this vent, and then I think there's a hole back here, tap, and then plug that hole. But you still need a vent, so what they want you to do is drill in the back of the case, and put a vent back here in the back of the case, and then run your line up by your maybe like your master cylinder, and then in conjunction with that, you need a catch can, because it's going to have a tendency to burp or whatever, so, or burp or what have you. So, but there's a workaround, and what you can do is, instead of doing that, once you get the piston out, you can actually drill a 1/16 of an inch hole in the piston, and then that'll allow the fluid pressure to come out this way instead of toward your pump. So that's the way we're going to do it. But he suggests doing the first way first, as though that is more important. And for what reason, I don't know. But the second way is just less Mickey Mousing around, you know, to us, I think. So I don't know, maybe he'll comment and tell us why. But so anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take this apart, clean it, throw it back together, throw 15 springs in this one. And yeah, there we go. So I'll be back. All right, so with your trans brake equipped valve body, your shift pattern is going to look like this: park, neutral, neutral, 1, 2, 3. You're going to have 2 neutrals. The first neutral is where you're going to actually engage reverse, and you're going to use your trans brake switch for reverse engagement. Okay, so there you go. There's that. All right, so we relieved the tension off the retainer, and got the snap ring out of the way. Here's the retainer. It wasn't too hard. This actually has 9 springs, does have provision for 6 other ones. 9 plus 6 is 15. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this, and then I'll show you where we're going to pop our hole in the piston. So there's one lip seal on the outside, okay. So we're going to be drilling our hole toward the outer perimeter of this piston, but we want to make sure that we don't hit this seal land that's inside of there. And so we'll take a look. Anyway, you just want to be careful. There's another seal lip in here too, and these both actually appear to be in good condition. All right, here's what we got going on. Took a little Scotch-Brite and I hit this surface here with it. All right, that's where we popped our hole. I don't know if you can see that right there. You go. Okay, I put it right against that kind of that little gusset there, and all the way back as far as it would go. It ends up being right there, and that looks like it's about, I'd say 3/8 of an inch, probably from this edge. All right. So, I don't know, hopefully that's good enough. Anyway, that's what we did. Again, I used some Scotch-Brite on this seal area here, and then ran it through the parts washer. Here's our seals that came out of it. They're kind of the short lip seals, which I guess the longer lip is a better seal from what I gather. But this actually extended all the way in here, so this one's as good as it's going to get. This bushing here is pretty important, so and this does show some wear, and also like some particles that are embedded in it. I'm going to go ahead and replace that. So that should be within like your master kit if you get one, or I think in our case it didn't come with our kit. we had to actually order a whole bushing kit, so that's what we did. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up for that, and we'll get back with you. All right, so we've got our bushing pressed in, and the old one was level with this surface here. Okay, so I gotta go get some more of these springs. We've got that spare, or the original Torqueflite that was in this thing back here. Like we can rob them from that, but I think I've got some in my stash down in the basement. I'll say, like, your drum's going to have that little check ball. You want to make sure that operates freely, and that kind of rattles around in there. The rear drum may have a same situation. I know some 904s, the check ball's right in the piston, I think, or so, but anyway, regardless, make sure your balls are loose, right? We're going to orient this so that the hole that we drilled is 180 degrees away from that check ball. It just kind of makes sense to me, I guess. So that's what we're going to do. So it'll look something like that. Check ball's here, and our hole is, well, our hole's here. But so anyway, I'm going to go get some springs. I'll be back, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing slammed together. Wow, just enough. Yeah, so I went down to my basement, and I had 4 of them. So I decided, well, I'll grab the old drum out of the Death Pumpkin and harvest the ones out of this one, and I had just enough. It's got 6 of them in it. So yeah, well, there we go. All right. All right, I've got that inner seal in place. You want to make sure that in this case, the lip is actually pointed down. You want to make sure that it doesn't twist on you, because that would be very bad. Okay. So next will be I kind of dip these in some tranz fluid, and this one goes on like so, like that. All right. I grabbed some Vaseline out of Jeremy's purse. We'll try using a little bit of that with it. All right, this part usually really tries your patience, but you just want to, because you can only rock it back and forth so much. So, like I said, I wanted to clock our hole that we drilled 180 degrees away from that check ball. If I can find the hole. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Okay. So here's our hole here. Try to clock it like that. And what a guy usually does is, you can only rock it, back and forth. You can only rock it back and forth this way and that way, just a very little bit, like so. And you're kind of counting on that lip to kind of find the bevel, I guess. And you don't want to put a lot of downward pressure on it. You can put a little bit on it. But there, it tried to go. No. So you try to go in on this side here, but it's just kind of a bitch. There it's going. There we go. So she's all the way in. There we go. All right, 15 springs. Oh no, we're missing one. Is it right here? Is it in my pocket? Oh no. Yep, in my pocket. So there we go. All right. So, okay, so this retainer is just stamped steel, all right? This is something too. If you need a kit of these, Cope's got them on his website. Okay, he'll have a set of 15 of them. He also makes one of these. It's a little beefier than this one. Like I said, it's just kind of stamped steel, and there's going to be considerable more pressure on this now with 15 springs in it. But we'll probably be wishing that we Yeah, we would have opted for that, but we'll see how she goes. All right. Stand back, because this could be dangerous. All right, Blake. I can't really... Yeah, it's a lot more pressure with the 6. Mm.
Yeah, there you go. It's hitting
What the? This, okay.
Can you push harder?
Yeah. There, she snapped in, right? Is
Yeah,
it
you
good?
need to go down more. Push harder. Push
it
down.
down.
That's... It's not snapping in. Push.
I can't put. I'm down as far as it needs to go, right?
It's not snapping in over here. There.
Damn it. Yeah, 15 springs, boy, that makes it pretty tough, don't it, Blake? Yeah. You know how many were in the Def Pumpkin? 6.
Oh, really?
Yep. So it was just enough. All right.
There was only 6 springs in it?
Yeah, this one had 9. So
Weird.
now I had like 4 of them at home. But
Cool.
anyway, so there we go. She's all new. We're gonna go ahead and throw clutches in it. So, all right. Okay. What the hell? It's not bad, but what is that? Do you?
I smell something.
That's foul.
That's bad.
What the hell is it?
Somebody run a skunk over out on the end street?
This thing okay? What the hell? Huh. Maybe.
Oh my god.
Maybe he's learning. That's terrible.
It is.
What is it? What's that pungent odor? That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you fucking wonder if I even get to fucking Missouri.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Fucking truck and pile of.
Oh no shit. Well, what are we gonna do?
I don't know,
Stood
my
up.
Chevy's a pile of shit.
Can you
Lord knows we can't drive a fucking Mopar that far.
No.
Hey, whoa.
What?
Red Rocket did it. Put it on offer up.
We'll trade
Today's
for a
episode is
Mustang.
sponsored by Offer Up.
Yeah, that's a great site.
Sell your Ford today
Oh no.
on Offer Up.
Well, maybe we can build a 727 for the van. As long as we're into it.
Right. Because we're so quick at it.
What's the matter
We
with
got 30 days, motherfucker.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
It didn't break down in between towns on you at least.
No, not yet. But I mean, I made the effigy mounts hill. Going to walk on. Yeah, I did it. A few fireballs out the back tailpipe. Some raw gas pouring
Right.
everywhere. I think it's the computer.
Mm.
But to work on that OBD1 stuff, you got to be part early 80s stereo technician
T800
Yeah.
and then part flat screen TV repairman.
with detailed files.
There's like capacitors, resistors, transistors.
They make an adapter for our OBD2 scanner, I think, right?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, your check engine light's probably on, right? It's not.
Nope.
I think they call it a dongle.
You can
That's
just
for-
take
that's
take
for
a paper
wireless.
clip, there's a little. It's called. a
Yeah, you
spout
can jump
connector,
it.
And it
It'll
flashes-
flash,
It'll
yeah.
flash your engine.
Right.
And I get a 111, which is A-OK.
111. I don't know what that is.
That's the code. It's 111.
I thought it was 12.
It'd be bad. If
One
it
and
was
then 1 2.
911.
That'd be 12.
Right.
That's code 12 is okay.
Ford.
Or that's start of codes.
Yeah, Ford. It's the 111 or whatever. But either way, reading up on it, it's like, oh, it could be like bad grounds or bad capacitors in the ECM. And
Does U-Haul just rent
Like a
ramp
big
truck?
rig.
3-car hauler ramp trucks?
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm
man.
taking the title with me. I'll just tape it to the window and unhook Andy's trailer to my dart and keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Take the title to
yeah.
the dart
Right.
so I get a bus ticket home.
Wait,
There we go. Well, that sounds like
they
a
don't
good
run
plan.
buses up here, though.
I can get
Not
to
anymore.
Dubuque, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you grab an Uber from Dubuque.
Somewhere right up the river.
You just swim.
Swim.
Swim upstream? I don't think so.
All right, Jay, no screwing around.
All right.
Fucking build this trailer there.
What are we doing? Oh,
This looks
here we go.
exactly like how I left it yesterday. It is. Oh my God! What has transpired?
You shut your damn dirty hippie hole.
Silk expansion.
Oh, we didn't count for that.
How'd you guys do that? I thought maybe Andy did it.
We have the sandpaper like we said we were gonna.
Is that what you did?
We put.
We just got it done right before you got here.
That's why I was so drunk and hungover today.
Sand it. Nothing else.
We covered the tabletop with nothing but sandpaper, and me and Jeremy both holding each end like it was a Ouija board piece. And
We were
just
asking where John Cope is. Where's John Cope and his 90,000s? Oh, great Ouija
Why
board.
does Wilburn only have a dog?
Why is...
All right, we got this rear clutch rebuild, I guess. We got new seals on the piston. Installed the Bellevue spring spacer, snap ring. Then I call it the lower pressure plate. Then I think 4 clutches and steels in the upper pressure plate. And then we got kind of a wave spring here. We tested our clearance between the pressure plate and the snap ring. We got 30 thousandths, and that's within specs. So this part here is ready to go. All right. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it goes together.
Good job, Jay.
All right. See you a bit. All right, we're gonna what?
I was going to say, welcome back to the non-budget friendly transmission rebuild.
Oh my God, it's okay. All right, so we got all our components prepped. All right, the bushings have been replaced where necessary. Let's see, where are we at? Oh, okay. So throughout the course of this build, we actually reference Tom Hand's book. This thing is excellent, and even though we've done these transmissions before, it's kind of nice to build it kind of. He has kind of an order kind of outlined in this, so that it's kind of good to follow that, because otherwise we end up taking stuff apart and then putting it back together the right way. So anyway, so far we've got our tail shaft mounted. This rig doesn't have a speedometer, so that's a speedometer block off plate. Blake's getting his valve spring compressor, because this one here is a little, well, that's going to pop up through there, you know. Yeah, you need something wider. Yeah. So anyway, we're trying to install this, the front servo. And this is under a lot of tension, so you almost need a compressor or even a C-clamp, you know. That works out pretty good. The pan that we have came with a stud kit, so we've installed the studs. As you can see, we've got our bolt-in sprags in. All right. And anyway, yeah, we're gonna get this thing together today, I believe. Okay, for the front servo, you can maybe use a big C-clamp or whatever. We've got a valve spring compressor, so it takes a little bit to get it set up, but we'll see how that works out.
Are you still filming this shit show?
Mm-hmm. There we go. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
What?
We needed to.
Put this on first?
Yeah. Jesus, Jay. This ain't right, is it? This ain't the old rear one, is it?
I think it is.
Okay, let's oh, we don't need that. No, we don't need that. We just need this. Jeez. Okay. Screwdriver.
Like this one?
Or two. Well, you got one right there. Oh, yeah, that's even better. You son of a... Here, we're getting her. No. There we go. We're getting her. Oh, it's not even in here yet. Damn it. There. Is it finally going to come together or not? Damn it. Here she snapped in partially. And
Fully.
the 100% version of partially. There we go. We got her. Oh, it took a little bit.
Little bit.
Yeah, a lot of effing around.
I have a sweat bead rolling down my back.
Ooh. 4.2 lever arm, apply lever, action rod. Yep, we got that. Okay. We can start stuffing this turkey. Right on.
Giblets and whatnot.
You bet. So let's see, we'll need a reverse band, I guess, first, and the strut. So, all right, we've got our rear clutch in place. And so the one ear locks into this apply lever on the bottom. Then you need to finagle this apply strut in place. And then we put a little tension on the adjustment bolt just to kind of hold it. You know, we're going to install our rear drum, all right? This might need to be backed off a little bit. There we go. Just got to kind of rock it back and forth a little bit. Okay, so now that's engaged with the sprag. It's only going to turn one way. As you can see, I'm turning it clockwise here, but it's impossible for me to turn it counterclockwise. All right, so that's well seated. Okay. All right. Where's Jeremy's Vaseline? I got this out of Jeremy's purse. So you'll need something to kind of stick things together, especially if you're throwing this together in a horizontal fashion. I mean, some guys can build it with the tail shaft down or whatever and stack it. And that kind of, you know, you're letting gravity kind of help yourself there. The rear annulus. My rear annulus itches. I took a shower. I don't know. It's all red and swollen. There we go. Seated. All right. This little washer here. Throw a little dab on her. Rear planet. There we go. Seated in place. Now we have thrust washer there. Oh, wait. lubing her up a little bit.
And that's got, what, 3 or 4 tangs that help you line it up?
Yeah, I tell you what, they vary from year to year. Some are 4 tangs. Some transmissions actually have 4 tangs and 3 tangs in the same transmission, so you'll figure that one out. All right. Nice, huh? Then we got thrust washer here. I'll throw a little on her. All right. Make sure she sticks in place. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there are 3 holes. They correspond with your thrust washer. Right. This has such a nice tone to it too.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. All right, let's throw a front planetary in it. That's got thrust washers. Yes, that's got four tangs on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Nothing.
It's been, what, like 100 degrees the past 3 days?
Yeah, it's not been good. I mean, we've been doing pretty good so far, but there we go. Okay, so once you get this far, you should be able to see that snap ring land. Should be visible. All right. If not, you got a thrust washer. You got a thrust, washer that's cocked or not in place right. So that's an indicator. So here's our snap ring. I gotta wipe my hands off. There?
Yeah.
Snap right into place, huh? All right, you sure it's seated? Because I didn't hear a satisfying snap sound.
It's seated.
All right. Yeah. And then the very end, we've got this thrust washer that goes on the very end, very tip, output shaft. So that completes this half of the transmission, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, I believe we can just set these 2 parts together and install them as one unit. We'll get our front band ready to install so that it kind of grabs it. We've got our. Who would tighten this?
Tighten it.
Yeah, this.
Somebody tightened it?
Well, I don't know. It's snug. It just hurt. Okay, we can go ahead and throw our 2 assembled front and rear clutch retainers together. All right, so you'll have your rear one pointed up like this. And then we're going to go ahead and throw the front one in place. And you're just going to kind of want to drop it in place and then rock it back and forth and try to mesh all the clutches in with that the rear retainer. There we go, and it should seat. And you can maybe even count the number of times it dropped or whatever, but what you're looking for is that. So it should be one piece, basically. Then we'll go ahead and we'll throw this in as one assembly. Here's our front band. This is the one that came with the kit. This one we're going to use. Some bands are maybe a little bit narrower, and these lugs will be offset. So you want to make sure that if your band looks like this, I guess, you want to offset the lugs toward the rear of the transmission when you install the band. All right. And here's our assembly. We're going to go ahead and throw this in, and then go ahead and throw this in, and then our ply struts. And then kind of lock her down into place so it kind of stays. And then the pump will come after this then. So, You want to kind of gently push it. What the hell? gently push on it, rock it back and forth. Just missed it. You son of a bitch. Okay, I gotta do something here. I gotta clamp the front of this damn thing down. Oh, shit. There we go. So yeah, when you get her, you'll have about 1/8 of an inch of clearance here. I don't think it goes in any further than that typically, but yeah. So it's firmly seated. What I ended up doing was in the rear clutches and the rear clutch retainer, I just lined them up, okay, with a screwdriver. That seemed to help quite a bit. So our front band, we've let it set, let it soak in fresh transmission fluid. Ooh, come on, baby. Get in there. What is it with you? All right. All right, getting closer. So I'm just tightening up the band adjuster screw. All right, so we got our pump ready to go. So we've actually kind of lubed up this thrust washer so it sticks into place. We're installing Teflon rings on the pump that come from John Cope. So these if you just go to install them just the way they come out of the package, they'll have a tendency to be kind of loose, you know, and you want it to be tight. So what you do is you just kind of coil them into themselves, like, so that you reduce the diameter by about half of what they are, and just briefly hold them there for a while, and they'll actually maintain that shape. They'll be really tight then go ahead and install them. Let's see. Oh, the pump bolts, there's 7 of them. And they come with the kit that you get should have it's like a coated washer. All right, so that'll seal those up. And then let's see if I got it here. Then we've got a piece of 5/16 18 bolt. We just lopped the head off of it, and it'd be nice if it was longer. You know, 3 inches would be nicer, and it'd be nice if you had 2 of them instead of just the 1. But we're going to go ahead and install that up here, and that'll help us. That'll help keep the gasket in place, and it'll help line the pump up, because the pump, you know, pump's got a O-ring, and you should have replaced this, you know, before. But it's got an O-ring, so that's going to be, you know, it's going to get relatively tight once it gets, you know, once it gets tight, it'll get tight, whatever. Anyway, it'll be hard to line these holes up then if, you know, once you get it stuffed in. But them little dowel pins, they'll help out quite a bit. So Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get set up for this, and we'll show you installing the pump. So your gasket goes on just one way, so make sure you get that oriented correctly. It goes like this. Okay. So once you get it knocked into place, you can go ahead and release or loosen up your front band adjustment screw a little bit. All right. So you can see down here, this impression is where our breather is. Okay. There's actually this rig come with a kind of a breather cover also, just to keep dirt and so on and so forth out of this area. But make sure that goes back in if yours came with it. All right, once you get this far, you're gonna want to start drawing on the bolts at 9 and 3 o'clock. All right. You want to proceed with caution. Just keep taking this. Just snug them up, as you go, just side to side. If you hear a snap or something like that, or a pop, then there's something wrong, okay? You should see this bevel here of the case. That means that the pump is seated, okay? Now I can go ahead and tighten these up. I still need to find the torque spec on it yet, but what was I going to say? I got it. Oh, and now before you get too far, you want to make sure that you do have some end play on this, all right? You can kind of hear that. All right, I can't remember what our end play was, but we'll find that too and make sure that we're pretty close to that. So, anyway, we'll let you know about that in a second. Okay, so once you got all the pump bolts snugged up, the torque spec on this is going to be 175 inch-pounds, all right? And then you just start torquing it in a star pattern. What I usually do is start here, then skip 2, then hit this one, skip 2, and you'll hit all the bolts in a star, kind of a star type pattern. The end play spec is what the hell was it? Okay, the end play spec is between 36 and 84 thousandths. Okay. And I believe when we started, we had 58 thousandths. That's kind of right in the middle. So if we end up with that, I'd be pretty happy with that, I think. So we'll go ahead and get set up with dial indicator again and check our end play, but it should be, hopefully it's relatively close to that number. So if you do need to adjust that, you can remove the pump, and then there's that washer on the stator or whatever, and they do sell a kit that's got different thicknesses of pump washers or whatever, so you can correct this issue if it's out of spec. Okay, so our pump bolts have been torqued to 175 inch-pounds. Now you should be able to take the input shaft and you should be able to turn it both ways. It'll turn harder one way than it does the other, but it should turn. Okay, so I'm actually turning it back and forth. Okay, if it doesn't do that, then you've got an issue and you need to correct it. So hopefully it works out good for you. It worked out good for me, so there we go.
These billet frickin' valve bodies are sharp, so be careful when installing them, because they're sharp edged bastards. God dang it, John. Send some band-aids with the fuckers next time too. God dang it. Alright, I'm gonna run back up to the house. I gotta fix the damn water heater. Well, after collecting all the blood from my finger and getting a nice band-aid on it, I got the valve body installed. Here's our trans brake wire right here, plugged in. Nice, good clearance. Park ply rod in, bolted down. I noticed there's one spare bolt for the valve body. So I'm guessing this billet valve body deletes a bolt somewhere. Well, we could probably find that out right now. 3, 4, 2. That's where the missing one is. Right here. Okay. Anyway, so that's on 100 inch-pounds, kind of a star pattern. Go around, then check. It's not a lot. So next, I had to run and get a gas control valve for my water heater at the house. So no hot showers in the Bakey household for the next couple days till I get the part in the mail. And Jay did some stuff while I was gone, so I'm not sure. It looks like, you know, we're this far. Everything's clean. I'm sure this will be the next, is to adjust the rear and front bands. And Cope has some gibberish down here. Set the front band at 72 inch-pounds, back off 2 1/4 turn. Rear band 72 inch-pounds, back off 2 turns. All right, so I'll work on doing that. All right, per Cope's instructions, front band, rear band adjusters, 72 inch-pounds, and then you back the front one off 2 1/4 turn. 72 inch-pounds, back it off 2 turns, then jam it down with your jam nut. So I put the filter riser block in that Cope provides you with your deep pan and valve body. One thing, and he even says that the filter will come in contact with your trans brake and it will sit on it. Just crimp them down all the way down. It'll still actuate. It's not anywhere close, so I just kind of bent it a little bit. Anyway, so that's where I'm at with it right now. We're gonna go over, make sure we got everything, and then pan and gasket can go on it with our sweet stud kit. And I think she's done and ready to go in the death pumpkin over there. So yeah, cool. We'll be back.
And we're back. Anyway, we checked end play and we were able to maintain 58 thousandths. So no change there. So, and that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's okay. If you were on the high end again, you could mess with the thrust washer on the pump, on the backside of the pump. All right, they make what, 4 different sizes, selective washers, but we're not going to have to do that in this case. And Blake's got the valve body in and the rear mount. And what else, Blake? Oh, you got your
For the lines.
okay, yep.
And the cherry on top.
You bet. So that fits nice. Okay. So Cope mentions that if you have a steel pan or whatever, he recommends using maybe like a cast aluminum pan or whatever. Those are generally a little more deeper. The steel pans might come into contact with a solenoid, but I think that's probably like with the Mopar Performance steel pan, which might not be as deep as this. I think this is probably like a 518 or something,
Yeah,
you know, whatever.
Why would he sell the pan if it wouldn't work?
Well, right. But anyway, it looks good. Looks
Yeah.
good. So.
Besides how not clean it is, but
Yeah, it's not the cleanest, but I mean, the inside's clean. That's the important part.
she's
So.
ready to propel the death pumpkin. Hopefully.
Right on, you bet.
So we'll be driving that thing around here soon.
Well, hopefully, right?
Mm-hmm.
Need to trim this gasket mess up.
Yeah.
So as far as budget goes, what do we have? Okay, so like a regular stock rebuild anymore this day and age, probably going to run you, probably around $400, I would say. You know, $200 for the kit. And what else? I mean, if you're going to do a shift kit, you know, that's just it. Shift kit, you know, you can actually throw a shift kit in your valve body for $150. But and just this manual valve body just by itself without the trans brake is about $380. So, you know, I tell you what, you could save yourself a lot of, you know, it's kind of tedious work, you know, throwing it together yourself. But for another $200, you can get yourself a professionally built valve body that's, you know, you know, it comes out of the box and you just slam her on, you know, no messing around.
Total in this thing?
Yeah.
It's probably around $2,000.
What do you mean 2,000? Where's 2,000 at? I don't see it. What?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, does it?
No. What? Okay, go ahead. Tell
Valve
me.
body.
Yeah, well, that was what?
1,200.
It was 1,200? I thought it was.
Well, I got the bolt-in sprag with it and this pan. So 1,200 for the pan, the valve body, and the sprag.
And the rear servo, or?
No, that was later.
Oh, that was later we did that?
So the rear servo was another 200.
It was 200 for the rear servo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Or 150.
And
then our swap meet kit, how much did we buy that for?
that was a couple $100 for that.
Okay.
We had to buy additional clutches then too, and that was another 60 probably.
So this thing, I'd say it's got $1,800 to $2,000 to build this the way we built it. Doesn't seem that great when you think about it. I mean,
it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good and as close to bulletproof as my budget could handle. The only other thing I could do with this is do the billets front drum.
Right.
And that's like another $6,000 to $1,000 there.
6 to 1,000.
Yeah.
How much is it?
There's a couple.
There's a couple different.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So. And then the output shaft isn't. I don't know. Output shaft was beefier, better in '76 and newer.
Oh, what year was this one? 71? Oh, I don't know about that. Okay.
I mean, that's what I've heard from other people, like the 904 King.
Oh.
Wilburn.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. So anyway, yeah.
Good money well spent, though.
Right. So, yeah, better than what we had. I mean, yeah, what we had, yeah, of course, failed.
And I'm not necessarily going to be trans breaking down at No Name with this, you know.
No, just because you got a trans brake valve body doesn't necessarily mean you got to use a trans. Actually, you'll have to use a trans brake on this to get into reverse, I believe, right?
Oh yeah.
Because the shift pattern is part neutral, 1, 2, 3. Well, the first neutral you have to actually engage your trans brake button to achieve reverse.
Oh.
So you're going to need to do that yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That'll be the button on the shifter.
Right. So there you have it. So, yeah.
That didn't take more than what? That takes that long.
As far as hours go, what do you think we had? What do we have? 12 hours in it altogether, you think, or?
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, cleaning.
Right. That'll take the most, I guess, cleaning everything. But and you know,
research.
This is the first one of its type that we've ever kind of gone through, so we had to research some stuff and look into it. So hopefully everything.
Double check, double guess.
Right. So anyway.
We don't want to be doing this every month.
Anyway, if you have any questions about what we did or what have you, I mean, we're here to help. So leave comments in the comment section, and we'll help if we can. You know, otherwise we know people that can maybe help out. So,
right. On this episode of Bad Tree Productions, we eat shitty gas station pizza and stuff a 727 in the Death Pumpkin. Maybe just Mopar Joe will show up now.
Mopar Joe.
I would have brought hot dogs, but we're done building the transmission. So here we are underneath the finger tight Jones Express, looking at our flex plate here. I'm gonna buzz these out quick. Ricky, I don't seem to have a rear main leak, so like I said earlier, this year it's coming off the valve covers. So in your face, Ricky.
Fucking Ricky.
I know, fucking Ricky. Jesus. How does Rick deal with that? Got our bolts Loctited, unlike finger tight Jones. We painted our tang like everybody does, so we know where we're at when we get our torque converter or our bell housing up here. It's just easier trick to get the 4 bolts to line up, because if you know, with Mopar flex plates and converters, they can only go on one way. They can look like they go on 4 ways, but there's only one way. Right, Jay?
You bet.
The flex plate to the crank, the bolts are 55 foot-pounds. And then from the torque converter to the plate is what, 200 and something inch?
270 inch-pounds.
270 inch-pounds. So yeah, write that down in your scrapbook.
So I usually just tighten the shit out of them.
Yeah, I just go until a nut gets ready to drop. All right, heathens, we've been fighting the good fight for you. Jay smashed his thumb. The jack sucked it in. That's drawing it all over.
Huh?
That's drawing it in. Yeah, let me make sure the dowel is lined up over here, which it's getting close. I can probably get a...
What do you need? Up or down or what? Or you're gonna try to get a bolt in?
I was gonna...
I'll just leave this loose for now, right?
Yeah. I think the tail shaft needs to come my way.
You want this?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I don't have any. I'm not...
The tail shaft needs to go where?
My way. Okay.
Kick on it.
The air jack. I'll let it down a little.
Come on, buddy. Looks like you just saw nuts and bolts, huh?
It's all nuts and bolts now after we got the geometry jack equation figured out underneath the car. You know, the air jack's great,
They don't roll very good, though.
but she's sitting on a frame, you know. She's
Right.
not even slides. It's great. Well, maybe it's not even great.
It's great.
It's good.
It's great for
It's
jacking
It's
stuff
good for
up.
getting your shit on jack stands, but
Right, like
it's
right now.
It's a weeble wobbly.
But it's not good for it. It's yeah.
Don't rely on the air jack to be the only thing holding you up.
No, absolutely not. No. That's a kind of a Chinese piece of shit in that respect.
Yeah, you don't know how long that Chinesium rubber band's gonna last.
No. You know, I thought about picking up a transmission jack, but
We don't have a lift though.
well, but I mean they make them like a regular jack, you know, with
Poor man's.
yeah the floral one. But you know, it'd be nice not to throw money at that if we get a
Lift one.
lift or something. Yeah, actually, there's a lift for sale somewhere around here for $1,500.
That ain't too bad.
We could pour some pads out in front of the garage here and put it up outside.
4 8-inch pads.
Right.
Well, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You know,
You bet.
when it says 30 days till race day in your
I think
transmission.
it's less than that even. It's like 27 or something, isn't it?
Well,
Now, who knows?
when it was still gutted and not put together. I mean, once the transmission was built, we know the rest of it's just nuts and bolts and getting this thing over to the alignment shop.
Right.
And
Oh, sure.
we might even, I'm not promising anything, but we might actually be able to make some test and tune runs before Sykeston for once.
Oh, okay.
Because I think September 8th, maybe,
Oh,
And that's the day John wants to do a live, but if I can get this thing down to Tri-State, and me and you can
Oh yeah,
see what the hell it
we'll
does.
We'll see. Whatever. It'd be kind of nice just to let it be a mystery too. Who knows?
That's kind of, I like that too.
Right.
System, you know, they
Oh, Uncle Blister showed up. Uncle Blister showed up after the transmission got thrown in.
He's not having it today, folks.
I guess not.
Putting the cornet in the burnout contest?
Yep. You guys ain't up there. I forgot all about it until I'm looking at the paper
Hey.
this morning.
Show the heathens tie his cornet.
I was reading the past history of, you know, how they have the article about the past of McGregor. I'm sitting there reading it and I'm like going, oh, semi-truck tipped over by the Cannon Park. Milk ran out of it. I'm like, God, that sounds vaguely familiar. And I look at the date and I'm like, it's 1978. I was like, well, hell, I was living just down the street from that.
Oh, was it a milk tank or what?
Yeah, you
Tanker?
know, the milker tank.
Yeah.
Tanker.
Here's Ty's little sweet cream puff cornet, 66, slant 6. So you've seen it before, I think, but pretty basic. This is a cool part here, though. Yeah, those hubcaps, Ty can tell you about it, but they're a special kind of hubcap, and they require a special. What's the deal on the hubcaps, Ty?
They had to have a deep dish rim for them.
Right,
It was pretty common in like 66 and 67 for C bodies.
right.
I think also the Charger got it if you ordered the real heavy duty what rims or whatever
Sure,
those
sure.
ones with the knockoffs.
But they weren't easy to get a hold of, were they? I think fortunately
No, there were
Terry.
a lot of them actually. It seemed like, but
Yeah.
I mean, you mean the rims or the?
Yeah, the rims.
Yeah, they were kind of hard to find.
What do you think you're doing there?
And tighten up my steering.
What is up?
Alright, drive shaft's connected.
Okay.
Flex plate to torque converter. Loctited and connected.
All right.
All the bell housing bolts are in.
Are they
and
all
tight.
tight? Even the top ones?
And
Okay.
tight.
Cool.
Starter is in and tight. And shifter cable is in and set.
Okay.
And now I gotta do tranny lines, tranny cooler, hook the fan up, do an oil change, hook up radiator hoses, put water in it, and dump tranny fluid in it. I'll hook up dipstick,
Okay.
and neutral safety switch we gotta hook up yet. That's Jay's department.
It is? Oh.
And then trans brake so we can go into reverse.
Oh, right. Yeah, that'll be helpful. Yeah. Because you need to back this thing out of here.
Right. And that Sykeston, you got to back up into the damn.
Oh,
motor
right,
box.
right.
It's
So you
that
need a reverse,
Mickey
really.
Mouse burnout box.
Oh, that's all right. What? It's just different.
What if a guy doesn't have reverse?
Well,
He's got to have a
can't
true-
raise its Sykeston then, can you?
No, I guess not. All right, it's getting late. Got tranny cooler mounted, distributor in and hooked up, radiator cap. What else did I do? I started putting this dipstick in. I get one O-ring down, but I can't get enough grip on it down there to get it in. I can see it from here, right down that nice shiny new part. I don't know if you take it apart then put it in then thread it on, or if you just go full balls on it and hammer it down. And then I'm kind of wondering, fucking magnet, stop it, kind of wondering where to put this, because the strip edge is kind of thick. I might make a little block like what we do with Jeremy's for the firewall. Alright, heathens, got tranny lines hooked up, They ran to there. I'm gonna cut them to run them to the cooler. Just use, like I said earlier, a little short length of rubber. Upper radiator hose is on. I'm gonna wait to put the lower on because I want to do an oil change first. Here you got Buck does it right here. Kind of listening to him and whatnot while I'm twiddling around here. But I think it's time to call it a day. All right, you filthy heathens, check this out. So I got the two-step and the trans brake tied in together. So there's a red light on the two-step box. See it coming on. Here the trans brake. Oh Jesus, here. So, like I said earlier, I don't have a bump box yet, but when the trans brake is on, the two steps on, I got it set, I don't know, 2200 RPM. So we'll test it when we get all the fluids in it. I gotta tidy up some wires with some zip ties and whatnot. So that's done. Really nice MSD really sends a really nice schematic with their two-step kit. So right there's your trans brake switch or line lock. Blue wire goes to it and all that. Yep. Cool. And then if you don't have MSD, it shows you how to hook it up here, and I have no idea what that is. I ain't messing with it. Little Blake and Jeremy update. Radiator hoses are on, tranny cooler's hooked up. New oil filter is on. Jeremy over here, fabricator. Mounted a dipstick tube, shoved it in. Needed a little bit of modification, right?
It was too long, and it was like you'd have to see it. It wasn't quite right.
Right, but now it is.
Now it is.
Darts on the ground. What the shit? The whole reason I turned the camera on is check this. How many years did it take the oil conglomerates to think about the people for once, like Valvoline had? Look at little pour spout here. Wow, so easy.
It doesn't have that stupid like peel off tinfoil thing that you usually end up cutting and ripping. Oh. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That is
sold
quality.
Valvoline for life.
I got a fishing net. That wouldn't do so good. The wings on their feet get Alright. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Oh, the dart and the jet. Jeremy's going jet skiing. Or is it because we're gonna back Death Pumpkin out?
I can see that. Now I have
Where it lives.
Oh no. Was he on his trans brake? So yeah, we're gonna holy cow. Whoa! Settle down. I'll kick some wheel chocks out of the way and
You do back it out here then?
yeah, back it out here so we got more rooms,
Alright.
more ventilation.
Sounds good.
Look at it, it's not rolling anywhere in park.
Is it in park?
Are you sure?
Well, let's try.
It's in park.
Well, what do you know?
She's already 10 times better. So you got to hold the trans brake button down in reverse for reverse to be engaged.
Sure.
So, got the two-step at 2,000 RPM.
All right.
No, I'm not. I keep tripping over everything. This thing needs to be clean. Where'd Rigo go?
Holy. Hey, no fan. All right.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah. You go
Cruise around the block
or something.
and then come back, check fluids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking rev cutout is loud.
Is it? It's,
God damn, it hurt my ear hole.
we can go down to the gas station and get something to drink. Buzzed around. Doing it. Keep the wife beater on. It's hot in there.
Nah, you're on your own, brother.
Oh, you're not coming? I'll just go putz down there and back. I got my wallet on me. I haven't been drinking.
All right, I would say little sewer town hit.
I'll see how it feels. Cuts out. Made it back. And you know we had to get some orange crush.
That's
Being that-
Sunkist.
What? Shit.
That's sun kiss.
Pumpkin.
Flawless drive down to the gas station and back.
What are they, what's the front wheels feel like?
Feels all right.
They look
kind of.
Out
Yeah.
now. Yeah, we gotta. It wants to pull me to the right pretty hard. Feels like so.
Who was that?
Oh, the girl down at Quick Trip. Oh, cool. Do a burnout in the parking lot like Jeremy did.
I did no such thing.
And I just spun the rear tire and left. And,
Really?
well, if Duddy told me to do it, I wouldn't have.
Okay, that's good.
All right, let's cool these orange crushes, kisses off. Check some fluids. Oh, I haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay, when I watched the other one, I'm like, I saw that.
Hey, look it out there.
Yeah, I watched the other one, I'm like, shit, was that on that one or not? I couldn't remember.
That'll be on an episode that comes out before this one, Jeremy. But hey, I think that's gonna do it for this one. Dart runs and drives and steers and stops. Trans brake works.
That's cool.
She needs a little finessing. We'll probably do that on Wednesday when Myers Mopar's master comes down.
Myers Mopar's muscles.
Syndicate.
I don't remember. The legend.
Yes.
Terry Legend.
He's going to teach us the ways of the big block. It runs very good.
Runs
it's
better.
Just got a lot better. Drives a lot better. Stops a lot better. Trans brakes a lot better.
The old one that wasn't in
Wait.
here.
The old tranny broke way better.
Yeah, this one. Whatever. Yeah.
BRAKE's. Brake.
BREAK.
Yeah.
Brake.
Brake. We ain't breaking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna do it. I appreciate you heathens for tagging along with us through this journey of death pumpkining. Now we just got to get some, yeah, like I said, just little things. We'll be ready for No Name Nationals. Shit, Jeremy, I might even try to get the Tri-State before then.
You're going to go to Tri-State?
Maybe.
I want to go.
I know.
I can't.
When we get back from No Name Nationals, they have October 1st NHRA Wally competition.
Yeah, they
in
do.
all classes. Except for junior bike. I didn't even know there was such thing as junior bike.
Isn't that what Ricky races?
Oh, maybe the
On a Cushman?
yeah, the Cushman could be junior bike. So, all right, down in the comments, comment a comment with a comment, leave a thumbs up, share it with your sister, and you know, join the Facebook page. Let's see your ride.
Right, and come on back for the next one.
Especially if you're typing in, you know, all this know-it-all information. We want to see what you drive.
Oh, yeah, totally. And remember, Mopars are everything.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Just remember, if you watch us and don't subscribe, we know who you are.
Kind of taking my guitar out and playing.